Whyy-Fm. Whyy-Fm 90.9 FM. 91 FM is a public FM radio station licensed to serve Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Its broadcast tower is located in the city's Roxborough neighborhood at Fort Hyde 30.9 in 75 Dick 1321.9 W, while its studios and offices are located on Independence. The station, owned by Whyy Inc., is a charter member of National Public Radio NPR and contributes several programs to the national network. History. Whyy signed on the air on December 14, 1954, owned by the Metropolitan Philadelphia Educational Radio and Television Corporation. It was the first educational station in Philadelphia. The transmitter, originally located at 17th and Sansom Streets in Philadelphia, was donated by Westinghouse Broadcasting. In 1957, it added a sister television station, Whyy-TV, on Channel 35. In 1963, Whyy-TV moved from Channel 35 in Philadelphia to the stronger Channel 12 in Wilmington, Delaware. At the time, Federal Communications Commission (FCC) regulations did not allow co-owned television and radio stations to share the same base call sign if they were licensed in different markets. Philadelphia and Wilmington, then as now, are separate radio markets, though 90.9, like most major Philadelphia stations, has long claimed Wilmington as part of its primary coverage area, though they have long been a single television market. As a result, the radio station was forced to change its call sign to Whyy. 90.9 FM regained its original call sign in 1983 after the FCC eased this restriction. When NPR was formed in 1970, the station became a charter member and was one of the 90 stations that carried the initial broadcast of All Things Considered. Programs produced: NPR Fresh Air with Terry Gross, a Peabody Award-winning weekday magazine of contemporary arts and issues, is one of public radio's most popular programs. 5.3 million people listen to the broadcast on 640 national public radio stations across the country, as well as in Europe on the World Radio Network. The program originated in 1975 as a local show before going national in 1987. Radio Times with Marty Moscone, a daily hour-long program that tackles a wide range of issues. You Bet Your Garden 1998 minutes 2018, an organic gardening call-in talk show hosted by Mike McGrath. Moved to WLVT. Voices in the Family with Dr. Dan Gottlieb, psychologist and family therapist, along with guest experts, opens the line to callers to discuss issues that affect individuals and society, with special focus on family issues. Its executive producer is Macon Scott, Whyy's behavioral health reporter. The Pulse is a show that focuses on stories at the heart of health science and innovation in the Philadelphia region. The show is hosted by Whyy's behavioral health reporter Macon Scott and distributed on the Public Radio Exchange. Format change. Until 1990, Whyy served the region as a non-commercial station with a format that featured mostly classical music with some jazz and folk music. The management decision to establish a news/talk radio format was a departure from the classical music that most public radio stations were programming. The format switch resulted in protests from many of the station's listening audience, who were among Whyy's major contributors. Temple University's WRTI 90.1 FM began programming classical music during the day to serve the displaced listeners. CEO controversy. Controversy erupted in the summer of 2007 when station chief executive officer Bill Marizzo was cited by the watchdog group Charity Navigator as the highest-paid CEO in all of public broadcasting. In an August 2007 article, popular Philadelphia Inquirer columnist Karen Heller called for a boycott of Whyy. And in September 2007, an anonymous group of Whyy employees sent an open letter to Marizzo, the Inquirer, the Philadelphia Daily News, and Philadelphium magazine, accusing him of a serious lack of understanding when it comes to creating The 5-page letter concluded with a call for Marizot to resign. New Jersey expansion and controversy. On June 6, 2011, the New Jersey Public Broadcasting Authority agreed to sell 5 FM stations in southern New Jersey to Whyy. The purchase was made through an anonymous $1 million grant and a non-cash agreement that included scholarships for students and teachers. The 5 stations were previously the southern portion of the New Jersey network's statewide radio service. The transaction was announced by Governor Chris Christie as part of his long-term goal to end state-subsidized public broadcasting. The governor's critics maintained that scrapping New Jersey network effectively ended all non-commercial statewide news coverage. It was also noted that the sale eliminated a source of legislative oversight frequently critical of the Christie administration. Whyy assumed control of the stations through a management agreement on July 1, 2011, pending FCC approval for the acquisition. At that point, the stations began to simulcast Whyy-Fm programming. The 5 stations are: the stations all operate at relatively low power due to the crowded state of the non-commercial end of the FM dial in the northeastern United States. They primarily served areas of southern New Jersey not covered by the main Whyy-Fm signal, which itself operates at a relatively modest 13,500 watts. However, their combined footprint extends Whyy-Fm coverage from Berks County to the Jersey Shore.